Well, there was a situation that kind of played out on my platform a little bit where Boskoe100 came on the Gangster Chronicles,
Right.
did an interview with you guys,
Right.
and then afterwards he said a bunch of things about you and Reggie,
Right.
calling y'all dry snitches and so
Right.
forth. He came on my platform on VladTV, and I brought that up.
Right.
Right. And ironically, this is kind of funny how things kind of play out, is you and I spoke about it,
Right.
before he came in.
Yeah.
And, you said how kind of annoyed you were at that whole situation and so forth. He went on Gangster Chronicles.
Yeah.
He was a guest, early guest.
Yeah.
I have not personally heard that episode,
Yeah.
but from what I understand, he was very respectful and
Shaking hands the whole
shaking
night.
hands.
That dude, and I thought he was real cool. But, we was going to use him as a third wheel with Reggie. We was going to use either him or Spider Loke. When the boss decided not to just throw somebody in the seat, I don't know if he got wind or whatever, he goes on his show and this rat motherfucker and this Reggie a rat, and wait a minute, this dude was just bam. So I felt we need to holler at this cat. And then he get to talking about my brother. You know what I'm saying?
What do you say about your brother?
He said that I spoke on Buntry, telling what Death Row doing, and wait a minute. For number one, this is my brother. You don't know nothing about my family. If you got a problem with me, keep my family out of it, for number one. And if you feel as a man that you have a problem, you should address it when you came. Don't be cool with me and shake my hand and then go back and think I'm supposed to bite into this little bullshit you're talking about. If you feel like that, handle your business. You know what I'm saying? That's why I separate myself from these clowns. I ain't got time for that shit.
That clip never came out accidentally because the guy that was working on it was no longer, had left the company.
Right.
And something got mixed up. So that particular clip of you responding to Boskoe initially never came out. In the full interview, it's on there.
Right.
So if people want to go and look and find that part, they can find it. But you know how we do clips?
Yeah.
The Mob James response to Boskoe never came out. But when Boskoe sat down with me, I brought up that whole thing and I said, hey, and he kind of was like, no, I don't remember what I said, but it's not that serious and so forth. And I said, hey, if you want to apologize, here's your chance. So Boskoe apologized.
Right.
It's water under the bridge for me. Like, I don't want you to feel like, I don't want to feel like he got an enemy in me or like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever I said, you know what I mean? I apologize. Fuck it.
You apologize?
I'm a grown ass man.
All right. There you go. I'm not forcing you to say this.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? I just, because it's so nothing, I don't even want it to people to think it's a thing.
Well,
like,
I think that's a big thing. Then I hit you up and I said, hey, if you want to respond to this apology, I'll post it.
I did that.
And you accepted his apology.
Right.
How do you feel about that whole situation now?
It's nothing that I moved past it.
Yeah.
Once that man apologized and whether it was sincere or whatever, he apologized.
On a public platform.
Exactly. So I accepted that, 100. After we talked, I'm going to do, I'll say this, and you can put it up there. Letting him know that I accept his apology. And I think that's where we need to go to. Instead of holding grudges, instead of acting a certain kind of way over something that was said, where we can just walk away and let it go, that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And by him apologizing, I woosah'd, because it wasn't nothing I can do to the man. I don't see him. We don't hang in the same place.
Yeah.
So I was getting over it already. But then when he apologized, it was like, wow. And then listening to you talk to him and he wanted to say, my bad. And that was good enough for me.
Yeah. And a lot of people in the comments were like, oh, you pressed Boskoe. And I'm like, I didn't press him. let me just clear the air on that. I did not press Boskoe. I
Boskoe
can't. I don't have the ability to press Boskoe.
That's it right there.
Okay, you know, Boskoe is a street guy. He's from the Queen Street Bloods. He's done a bunch of prison time. I would not try to approach him in a hostile manner or try to somehow push the issue or push the line with someone like himself.
Right.
I have too much respect for him and his background to ever do that. Yeah. So I was not trying to press him or whatever. If he would have been like, I said what I said, fuck it.
Right.
That would have been the end of the conversation.
And that's what he did. That's what he could have did.
That's what he could have did.
Yeah.
He didn't do it. And honestly, I respect both of y'all for some grown man shit.
Right.
You know, the fact that you said, hey,
sure.
man, maybe we can even hang out sometime.
Yeah.
You didn't have to respond to that. You could have been like, nah, I don't accept that apology. You know,
Because
you only said it because Vlad was kind of, you know, had him in the hot seat.
No.
Nah, you accept his
the
apology.
first time I met him, I mean, I had a cool vibe with him. We chopped it up. I didn't have no problem with him. And I don't care what other people's perception is of him. It's not mine.
Yeah.
I don't know you until you show me a different way. So I was cool with the first time we met. Then he did the thing, which we don't have to speak on no more, and then he apologized. The only thing for me is to say, okay, I accept your apology.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that was some grown man shit from everyone. I'm happy to have contributed to the piece. People always think that I you know, try to create drama.
It probably wouldn't have happened if you wouldn't have did it,
problems.
though. It probably wouldn't have never happened.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I appreciate it because just another brother, I ain't got to
Yeah.
look back on and just think he coming after me.
There you go.
He probably feel the same way. So